What's going on, guys? Your boy HQ420 here. I'm welcoming y'all back another episode of Beyond the Cube. As always, the powerful woman is with us tonight.
You like my
Mr.
new
Corey Hughes, are
backdrop?
you doing well?
I got the Joe Rogan curtains.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of matching a little bit. There's curtain behind me, curtains behind you. There's you got a theme going right now. You got like a slight a muted maroon theme going on right now.
It's only muted because I don't have the right lighting. I'm still working on my lighting.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Lighting sucks. Lighting is the hardest part of any setup. Like you look good. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. You probably just got your overhead light on, don't you?
Oh, no, I'm gonna take it. Just that.
See, I shine here. This is what happens when I turn the shit on. Here, watch this. Boink. There you go. Whoa. What is happening here? I thought I was white before shit.
Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like you
So
could tell
like,
about to tell a ghost story around a campfire. You got this
right,
shit on.
right. Like, so
That's what
I just
it's
can't get it
like.
right. I can't get the shit right.
What?
It drives me up a fucking wall. And I almost want to pay somebody to come in and do it for me because it's like, or put on, here's the deal. Now I understand as a white person why motherfuckers on TV shows have to put makeup on because that fucking light shines and they greasy ass skin and they got to get the makeup. I get it. I get the makeup
Oh
now.
yeah,
One
yeah,
thing I
yeah,
don't get
yeah,
is
yeah.
I watch Supernatural all the time, and Supernatural
Okay.
for all 15 seasons, these actors put something on their lips that makes it like purple. I want to know what the fuck that is. Like you pick any episode of Supernatural, their lips don't look like natural color. They're all wearing this like muted, like purple bluish shit on their lips. I don't know what it is. It's weirding me out though.
Well, no, there's certain shows that has certain themes as far as how the lighting is done or performed, and the one that comes to mind is CSI Miami. That shit is green and orange like a motherfucker, like everything is.
Okay, I
But I'm
gotta
gonna tell
say
you
this.
right now. You go ahead.
CSI Miami is 100% the most unrealistic show that's ever existed in the history of TV shows. Okay. None of
Yeah,
that shit is real.
yeah, but hold on, but they got my man in it though. Hold on, what's my man's name? What's his name on the show?
The
Yeah,
red hair guy.
Horatio. Yeah,
Horatio.
Horatio. Yeah,
He
Horatio.
always does
But
this with the glasses where he takes them off.
yeah, yeah. Horatio roll up on you, damn. In 5 minutes, he done talk to you, look sideways about 3 or 4 times. You done told him everything. All right, that's what Horatio is.
So, so when I made the decision to be a cop back in like 2000 and must have been like 2 or 3, maybe. No, it had to have been 2 or even earlier, actually, because I went to school starting, I think, in '02. I only had like I didn't have enough credits to even apply. I had to have a 60 credits. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to have 60 credits, I might as well just go get like my associate degree, right? So right up the road from me in St. Pete, they had the very first crime scene program in a college in the country. And so I was like, I'm fucking in. So I went for 2 years to the crime scene program where I learned everything about crime scene forensics, lab work, you fucking name it. And then I
Hmm.
never used any of it because crime scene people don't use any of that shit. Period. The stuff you see on CSI is such bullshit. Like those
Come on,
motherfuckers in
man.
one show, like they're rolling like 4 different jobs into like one job, right? When you're a crime scene guy, you don't do any analysis. You don't do fucking none of that shit. You go out, you take pictures, you do fingerprints, you take your evidence, and you go drop it off, and you go to the next case, and you never hear about that case again unless it goes to trial. That's how that shit really works. You don't go fucking invest. You don't go pick up some crime scene shit and then go interview suspects. No, dude, the detective does that, right? You're
So
not
hold on.
taking your fingerprints and going to analyze them at the lab. The fingerprint tech is doing that, and the guy who does
Yeah,
the lab analysis is a whole nother job. Like, there's no
yeah, but
fucking
hold on,
place in the
Corey.
world where
Hold
these
on, Corey.
niggas do all these jobs in one.
Hold on, no, Corey. I mean, so you mean to tell me that when you go to this crime scene, you don't happen to stumble across a damn latent hair rolled up in some tissue that's on the other side of the room, and you take it back to the lab, and you dip it in some solution, and you wiggle it around, and you get the DNA out of the database yourself. You don't do that. Is that
No.
what you're telling me?
That's what I'm
Oh
telling
man.
you. I'm telling you, if you fucking go and you do some crime scene collecting, and let's say you pick up some shit, whatever it is, 100% of your evidence gets logged in the evidence room where they have a person who's called an evidence technician who does nothing but stay in the office all day and take your evidence. They then take your evidence and they fucking log it in the system and they put it on a shelf. Then maybe that evidence might get sent out to another laboratory like a month later. I love how these bitches get on scene and they scan a fingerprint and they got you in 30 seconds. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? What are you talking about?
They
Okay,
put you through the
that
database. They put you through the
technology,
database.
that
Database boy.
technology is new within the past like 5 years. The instant fingerprint shit is only within the past
Uh-huh.
5 years. And they were
Oh,
talking about
okay,
that shit
okay.
20 years ago. Okay. 25 years ago, they were talking about that shit. It didn't exist. My favorite is the
Well, maybe they had it
holographic
in Miami.
table.
Maybe they had it in Miami though.
Oh, maybe. And so they got the table with the holographic where the guy just like goes like this
Yeah.
on like the
Yeah,
hologram.
uh-huh.
There ain't no hologram, okay? And at crime scenes with nobody's putting lasers. When you go to a crime scene, nobody's putting the fucking lasers up, and it's like Dexter with all the string. No one does
Oh
that.
yeah.
No one does
He's a
that
blood
except
splatter
Hollywood.
analysis. He does blood splatter analysis. That's
Right.
what he does. And
Nobody
some other
hires.
stuff. He,
There's no such job as blood spatter analysis. That's not a job. Does not exist. Um, that right there is the work of. They would probably send a detective to that school to do that because the crime scene guys are not analysts. They're not supposed to be analysts. The detectives are the fucking analysts. And so the detectives
mhm.
are the ones who go to all the schools. Like if you're a good detective, they don't just give you the job and you go out and do it. No, you'll probably spend in your first 2 years of being a detective, you'll probably spend like 20% of that sent out to external schools and academies to learn shit. Right. So TV is so bullshit, dude. It's and here's
Yeah,
the
but
thing:
here's go
100%
ahead.
of 100% of shows that have to do with cops, firemen, 911, first responders, law enforcement, the
Mhm.
military, NCIS, secret agents, the blacklist, whatever the fuck that is. This is all government propaganda. 100% of it. Okay, that's why there's so much of it because it's all fucking fully funded by the fucking spooks at you know either the government or fucking
Can we say
Incutel
spooks?
or
Are we
spooks.
okay to say spooks?
We can say spooks because it
Is
doesn't
it
mean black
is
people
spooks
anymore. It
government
means
approved?
spies.
Is that government
Yes.
approved? Oh, okay. I was just trying to make sure. Some words they say are off limits. They might have something with some Semites in it. Okay, Semites. We
Did
don't
you
want
know
to
that that word didn't
rustle the
exist until
leaves too
like the
much.
late 1700s? That word was made up by Jews in the late 1700s to vindicate their
Well, I thought
existence.
it was made up over the past 5 years because I ain't he's saying it to me. When somebody was like, dude, I swear to you, man, after 2020, I swear to you, I got dropped in a different dimension. Niggas told me somebody was anti Semitic, and I was like, are they talking about like cum? I'm like, you said semen? Is that what he's saying? I thought they would talk about somebody's load. I was like, Semite. I'm like, let me look this up. I'm like, Jews? I'm like, what they talking about? I was like, ain't nobody over here talking no shit about no Jews. Not
you
not
got
at
Jews.
least in the public eye.
You got Jews in North Carolina? I mean, I know they're like a plague. They're everywhere,
That's
but I
prob
mean, do you ever see them?
uh not
You ever come?
exactly.
You ever cross your path?
No, we're more not Mormons, but what's the other ones?
You got Amish
Yeah, oh yeah.
or
Yeah.
Mennonites? Because you got that Yoders
Yoders,
there, which
Mennonites,
means there's
Mennonites,
some
yeah,
or
Mennonites, yeah.
Mennonites.
Yeah,
They're
we
Amish
got
light.
Mennonites around here.
They're
Yeah, we
Amish,
got
but they use
Mennonites around here.
electricity.
Yeah. So they got that like the little hat that what the women do. So the women got the little
The
hat.
white
They
one,
always wear dresses. Yeah,
the
they
good
always
little
wear
hat,
dresses.
not the bad little hat, the
Uh-huh.
good little hat.
Yeah, they always wear dresses, but then they wear some Nike shoes. They wear Nikes, New Balances. I see them at the mall. I see them eating it at Red Robin. I'm like, okay. I mean, so y'all get out, y'all let your hair down. They don't, but I'm just saying, like, a figure of speech. Their hair is always up. I mean, 100% of the time. I do think it's funny though, because they'll at the place I go to, Yoder's, they'll have they'll have Mennonites, and you know which one are the Mennonites because they're all white women, and then they'll have some Mexicans working there as well. So it's just like it'll be
So we
like,
had
yep,
so
Mennonite,
many.
Mennonite, Mexican. There we go.
I grew up in Sarasota, and and I lived on like the very edge of their Mennonite community, which took up like a probably a square mile. And so there was so many Mennonites. There was two competing Mennonite restaurants. Not only did you have Yoder's, but you had Der Dutchman, and Der Dutchman was some shit, dude. Let me tell you about some home cooking. They gave Yoder's a run for their money. So
Oh, okay, okay, some action. Well,
and you
look,
could and you could get them to build you some furniture, which was the funny thing.
yeah,
Their
look,
Dutchman had
I'm
like
gonna
a
be honest
furniture
with you,
building place next to it.
like like all the Mennonite women, like you look at them and you're like they look like child bearers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
there's certain women that look like, okay, you were here to bear children, okay, multiples of children. They all look like that. I don't know if it's just the way that particular community is, but it's all like they're born and then they get of age, and you're like, yeah, you're meant to have like 6 kids. Like you look at them and tell. I don't know if they
yeah,
have that many. They may or
yeah.
may
I'm sure
not.
they do.
Do they believe in condoms?
They
Do
ain't
the
got TV,
Mennonites use
and I'm sure
condoms?
they don't believe in condoms. And pulling out is probably against the
Uh,
Lord. So,
that's against my rule too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh, hey, look, I don't want to hear nothing about no rubber or nothing about pulling out. Look, man, when I get in, bro, I ain't looking to get out till I'm done. Hold on, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, okay. It says that it varies significantly by group. Mainline Mennonites, okay, like Mennonite Church USA, generally approve contraception, including condoms. While you've got the more
whoa,
conservative groups like the Old Order or conservative Mennonites, I like the Old Order myself, often prohibit artificial methods like condoms, favoring natural family planning. Oh, that's the pull-out method,
yeah. I see. I told you. Like,
or leaving family
Mennonites are
size to
Amish
God.
light, bro.
Okay,
Mennonites are Amish light.
okay.
That's all there is to it.
Okay, they said they leave it to God. They leave it up to God. This the he'll determine what size of family you got. I think it has to do with like how many times you nut in there, but I'm not sure. Okay, guess I'm gonna leave it up to the Lord on this one. I'm like, well, I mean, it's like when I got a couple, they come up to me and they say, "Hey, we're done having kids." I said, "Okay, cool. Who got fixed?" They're like, "Nobody's fixed." I'm like, "You so y'all gonna stop fucking?" They were like, "Well, no." I'm like, "Well, there's a possibility you have another kid, right? I mean, ain't nobody fixed. I'm assuming you ain't using no rubbers." Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so, how you done? You ain't done until somebody's done, like, they gotta shut down the factory. So, there's a big push right now for the men to get vasectomies. They said that, women have to bear all these responsibilities and, the pain of childbirth, and then they have to raise the kids and all that, and so when it's time to stop having kids, then the man should step up and get snipped.
Yeah, they can just get a
Uh-huh.
fucking IUD. It takes like 10 minutes and it's pain free and all that. And it lasts for 10 years. So shut the fuck up with your nonsense.
So what we talking about? They said you do that, get put in 10 minutes. They said, man, I got to have my sack shaved. Then somebody got to cut my sack.
Bro,
That's like
I had a friend
detrimental.
who got a vasectomy years ago, and he said his fucking balls hurt for like a week, dude. For like and they swelled like a grapefruit, dude. He said it was no walk in the park.
Woo, woo. That's some rough stuff right
Imagine
there.
your balls swelled like a
There's a
grapefruit,
couple
and
guys.
you had to get up and walk around and shit.
That's what I'm saying. There's a couple guys at work that's gotten vasectomies. Um, so I actually know a couple guys who's gotten them. But I mean, to each their own. I mean, if that's what you want to do, fair enough. I know some women. My mom, when she had the second kid, she's like, "Hey guys, I'm not leaving until I'm fixed. Just letting you know. All right, so just go on and get right. So I'm not leaving until y'all fix this up. All right, this is the last kid I'm having." But I was like, I mean, it seems like a good time to do it. I heard something recently. There was a chick at work. She was like, She was like, "Yeah, it's harder for women to get fixed." I was like, "Why don't you just get fixed whenever you're having a kid?" Well, they said it was that it's even harder during that time. I was like, "Well, all the women back in the day, that's when they got fixed."
They got new shit, man. They can just go in there and put like a fucking paper clip on it, and it keeps the shit shut, so you can't get pregnant. They got, oh, dude. They can fucking make it so
It's
you eat
a
a peanut butter sandwich
paperclip.
and you ain't gonna get pregnant. They got it's so advanced in that area. Like, ain't no
I was
excuses.
sitting there.
They got all kinds of
No,
shit,
no,
man. And that's why
you know
that's
what?
why I'm kind of like, oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I was hearing that. What was it? Women were saying they were saying that why don't we have birth control for men? I was like, because whatever birth control they make for men is gonna make it where their dick don't work. It's gonna be like the dick ain't gonna work. So I mean, that's gonna be the birth control, and so ain't no man getting on that one. All right, and they don't even care if they got a woman or not. It's like, man, I still might need to pull it. So I mean,
Like all growing up, my parents were kind of Democrat, liberal ish types. My dad, a little more conservative. But like abortion always comes up in that conversation, and I never really gave a fuck. I was like, whatever. The older I get, the more I'm kind of against it because just for basic moral humanity reasons, as opposed to
yeah,
libertarian freedom reasons. Um, but the reason that I'm so these days more I don't want to say totally against it, but leaning in the opposite direction is because there's 50 million kinds of birth control that costs next to fucking nothing. There's no excuse. If you don't want
oh
to get
yeah,
pregnant, don't get pregnant. It's no fucking excuse. End of fucking story. You don't want to get pregnant, there's zero excuse in 2026 to fucking get pregnant, right? So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about,
you got to
people?
get a point. You got to get a point. It's like, I mean, there's so many steps. I mean,
Oh,
they
you
even
like
got Plan
so
B.
even if you couldn't wait, you had to fuck on the spot. You pull out, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Like you pull out. It's all there is to it. It's all there is to it. Like I don't even like. It's not even an option when
Yeah,
you look
but
at the alternative.
yeah, but that's not God's design, though, man.
So you're busting her mouth. It's a close second.
Yeah, but it's just so tough. It's like, man, I'm in here and we already. I mean, we feeling good. I don't want to mess the flow up. All right, that's just all there is to it. I don't want to mess the flow up. But there's Plan B though. I mean, you can go to CVS and get that.
Oh, Plan B. You mean kill her and ditch her in the woods?
No,
Oh, you mean
they
Plan B
get
the
the
pill?
peel.
Okay.
I no, this ain't a horror movie. I'm saying. So, what do you mean you pregnant? It's like I always like how people are surprised. She said, "I'm pregnant," and folks are like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Bo, you've been leaving them in there for the past month. I mean, yeah, she's pregnant. Come on, man. I mean, you acting surprised. Folks always acting shocked about some shit they were doing. I said, I
I
don't get
know,
it.
right? I know. Dude, like people are so dumb. Like, but honestly, in hindsight, man, I've passed up. I can't even tell you how many opportunities I had, but I was like, I didn't have a condom or some little bullshit that today I'm looking at going, what a dumb fucking reason. You should have hit that, bro. You know? So
Man, that might have altered your life, Bo.
it
Yeah,
could have,
that
it
might have
could have. You
changed your
never
whole
know.
life. You know what I'm saying? Might have
But
took
I
you
never
down a
got
path
nobody
of
pregnant,
darkness.
thank God. Let me knock on some wood. Shit.
Uh, that you know of, okay. But that might have took you down a dark path, though. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, well, maybe this time it'll be okay. And she come talk to you in 10 weeks. Corey, I'm pregnant. You'd be like, it ain't mine. I want a blood test, damn it. He'd be like, I know it's mine. This is bullshit. It's all good though. Hey, sometimes people need that stuff to settle them down. There's some people out there that's they're living life on the wild side, and then they have a kid, and they kind of brings them back in. You know, and that don't happen for everybody though. I know some people that had like 4 kids, and they still act like they are kid themselves. I'm like, bruh, you got 4 kids and a wife, man. You need to damn get serious about life, but you know what I'm saying? Shit serious now. Nah, I wanna, you know, get high, get drunk and fuck off. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna end up well for you, but okay, I mean, to each their own. I can't totally forsake him because he ain't the only one. There's been billions of people throughout history of mankind who's done something similar to that. So, but I think when you have a kid, you probably need to lock in. I mean, that's how I feel. Just for the sake of them, shit. I mean, they might not like me later on totally, but at least I like for them to say it's like, you know what, yeah, my dad at least gave me a good start. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or a decent start. He tried his best. Can I get something like that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I may not have did everything right, but it's like, could I at least get that? But I'm not gonna have that issue, okay? Because that's not my future, and it's all good. But
See,
but,
I
but
feel the
we,
same. I
mhm,
feel like I definitely am not in
mhm.
a position, nor do I want to take care of kids. Never have. Never was the right time ever. However, in the scheme of things, I feel like that maybe I should have felt differently at some point in my life. Maybe not that I wish I had a kid now. Fuck, I don't want one.
Right.
Period. I just can't handle it. It's not me, right? However, I
Hmm.
feel like that is a kind of betrayal of my lineage and all that other weird shit that we really has no bearing on reality, but has some kind of sentimental value. You know, I feel like maybe I should have. Like I hope there's a parallel universe where I had a whole family, because that's the one thing
Well,
I never had that I've. I feel there's trade offs in life. You make decisions
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
to either go out and do something that's based around you and where you can't have a family or don't or whatever. And then later in life, you're like, well, kind of, man, that would have been nice, you know? And I had a couple girlfriends who were definitely family worthy. Um, and in hindsight, I kind of
Right, right, right.
fucked all that up, because of my independence. So,
Okay. Well, I mean that's fair enough. And I say that I don't want any now. Of course the woman I'm with is not fertile. She's older, so she's had her kids, all that good jazz. But I do believe that if our timelines would aligned, like she's such a great woman that I would have
well,
did that with
hang on.
her. Hmm.
You're a semi stepdad. So,
No, I'm not.
yes, in theory, you are.
No, I'm not. I don't step nothing. Okay, I don't step on nothing. All right. Only thing I step on is cockroaches and ants. What we talking about? And spiders. That's it. I mean, it's the only thing I'm stepping on. I ain't stepping nothing else. All right, don't step nothing. You can address me by my first name, and I appreciate it. Okay, and that'll be it. Don't go, don't, and they heard it with that early on before we started dating. Is he gonna be my step? I said no. She's like, no, it ain't stepping. No, I was like, appreciate it. I don't need y'all rolling up, as if I got that particular role, and it's all good. It's all good. Um, but before we went off on this tangent, I was going to say on the CSI Miami, I will say one thing about that show is that they brought plenty of talent as far as the ladies go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had
It's
the
so funny.
talent in
Like
there, son.
that building, they made it look all fancy. It was like metal and glass, and the sunlight came
Hmm.
beaming through. Dude, that crime lab in Miami is like a fucking 1970s office building with beige walls. Fucking fuck, fuck TV.
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you, Bo, they had the talent. My favorite one was Eva LaRue. Bo, she was a knockout.
Well, which one was that?
Oh,
Is that the character on the show?
hold on, let me. Yeah, hold on, let me bring her up. She's older here. Let me see if I can get her when she was in. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You seen her, Eva
Yeah, I know
LaRue?
who you're talking about. Hmm. She
Yeah, let
I
me let the audience see this. No, Bo, look at her right here, Bo. Woo!
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
She didn't age
yeah.
that well.
I mean, she ain't good enough. I like older women though, so it don't like the older stuff doesn't mean nothing to me. So I'm just
Right, I can't
like,
do older women. I'm 50. I gotta like them young because I'm old.
it's a
I'm really hoping I can find a
that's
nice 35-year-old at some point.
bro. That's y- they need to be out of their fertile years, man. I'm just letting you know they need to be out of the fertile years. They either need to be fixed or out of the fertile years.
Because like,
I'm just telling you, man, it's gonna
if I can't find
simplify
someone
things for you.
acceptable in that kind of 35 to 40-ish age group, I might just have to keep renting them in the 20s.
Man said I got a lease plan going on that one. They said, but it said that I'm getting them cheap. I'm getting $200 a hit. They said I'm getting them cheap on the lease plan. You know what I'm saying? When you maybe a rent to own. Later on. And I know that sounded bad. Ladies, settle down, okay? You're saying the man owns you, in theory. I mean, so just so just calm down. When the women hear that about the ownership and all that, boy, they start getting a lot of feelings, mixed feelings of hate, feelings of bitterness. I feel the bitterness all over the internet. I like it how these chicks get up there and they continuously tell you a whole list of things of what they're not going to do for a man anymore, and I'm just like, why are you so bitter? That's what I'm trying. I'm like, why are you so bitter? Because I mean, let me tell you something right now. If you hang around a dude who's got good conversation and it turns you on, and he hits and he turns it out, you are gonna be making that nigga a sandwich and watching his draws tomorrow. That's what's gonna happen. I'm trying to tell you, man. They can talk all that shit. It's because the motherfuckers are talking to them they ain't attracted to. It's like, but when the chick gets attracted, and then the dude takes him back there, and he puts the hammer down, it's over, son. I'm just letting you know it's a wrap. You gonna have to You gonna have to you'd have to purity get the police to come drag her out the crib to get her out the crib. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like that.
Dude,
Folks
I'll
don't
tell you,
believe it's like,
man.
but it's like that.
A chick can like barely like you, like barely, like she's bored on a Tuesday and had a couple drinks, and then you hit it good,
Hmm.
and her attitude towards you is like you're a different person.
Hmm. Totally different.
And then she's
It
like, "I
takes that
always
one
liked
hit.
you." And it's like, "I always liked you." What are you talking about? No, you
Yeah,
didn't. I've been trying to get this for a
yeah, bro.
year. Fuck.
Yeah. But I'm trying to tell you, boy, that one hit, boy, if you slay out, Bo, it's locked in. Okay, I'm just letting you know. That's why I tell people to be careful. All right. That's why I tell because what ends up happening is there's dudes out there who go around and they just go around hitting, but they go around and put in good work, and so now they got this chick hooked, and then they end up getting dumped, ghosted, all that other stuff. Now they've garnered all this bitterness for men in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I believe discussions need to be had. And I know they may be tough discussions, but you're probably gonna get 90% of the punani anyway, even after the discussion's had. Um, but you kind of, if you, I always say, if you're gonna hit, I at least gotta let them get a shot at the title. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweight belt. So I'm gonna give you a shot. I mean, I just ain't gonna hit it and just dump you off to the side. You'll be like, well, yeah, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna do that, I might as well just pay a hooker because you pay him to leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when the guys go out there and they bang like a bigger chick and they know they're not gonna stay with her and all that. And, they get one hung up in there and now she's feeling some type of way because you ain't called her in 3 weeks. It's just like, man, that's wrong, bud. That's how I feel. Now other folks may not feel that way, but I think that's wrong. You know, I mean, you think the same thing? I mean, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm talking about intentionally knowing that I'm not gonna hang around. Now, if you go in there and just do a poor job, you do them,
Well, here's the thing,
you
man.
know, 5.5 pumps and then leave. I mean,
Well, here's the thing. There's always them that you like hang around for a week or two and then just naturally kind of drift apart and then but stay in the Rolodex. You know what I mean? And then you
hmm.
got them Rolodex chicks, is what I like to call them. The ones who,
Oh,
you
okay,
know, every once in a while you remember they'll call you, you call them, and they're in the Rolodex. And so, not that maybe it was bad or nothing, but people just do their own thing and kind of, you know, depends on the level of how much of a 304 she is, right? So,
okay, okay, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I've always,
you
I've
see,
always
though,
had.
I was young and not really in much. I had a good run when I was real young. When 20 to 30, I was really good, and then 40 to 45 was really good. My 30s was a little bit. I was a fat guy then, so that wasn't too good at all.
Okay.
So, but I had a decent run when I was younger. But I blew off a lot of chicks because it was like not a big deal at the time. You know what I mean? There was a couple of chicks I
Uh-huh.
ghosted because there was enough around to where it didn't
Uh-huh.
matter. But here I am, 50. I'm like, damn, I wish I had some more memories. I wish the spank bank was fuller, man. I should have called that
Yeah.
bitch, you know?
He said, "I should have buzzed her. I should have buzzed her." I don't
Yeah,
know,
see, that's
man.
my
I
that's
just
my
always
advice to guys. That's my advice to young guys. If you got that opportunity, you hit because you will regret not hitting later, regardless of whatever consequences. Just pull out and you good. That's all there is to it. But don't pass the opportunity. I don't care what it is. You will regret not doing it later. So, to all you,
or you might regret that day. I mean, just it's I shouldn't have did that. But hey, dick discipline is a thing. We need to have a whole course of dick discipline. Okay, that just needs to be an entire course. And I know this is difficult because it's against our nature. All right, a man's nature is to hit. That's it. That's bottom line. There's nothing else around. Okay, it's instinctual. You smell it in the air. You're always looking. You're like, it's in the back of your mind. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. You know what I'm saying? It's always right in the
well,
back
it's
of your mind.
hilarious, man. You could get shipwrecked on an island with some like fat ugly chick, but like by the next day, it's just the two of you. She starts looking cute. Biology has a
Uh-huh.
weird way of doing shit to you, to your
Exactly.
perception.
Yeah, she go over there and she's trying to, damn scoop up some water so we can boil it and drink it. And you bend over, she goes and bends over, and I mean, your mind just goes there. You're like, yeah. That's happened to me before. In my younger years, you sit there as a girl running around the track, and you be like, she runs around the second time. You're like, hmm. By the third time, you're like, yeah, yeah, right now. That's the way it is, but it's because it's natural. The Bible said, "Be fruitful and multiply." Okay, so you were installed with the death switch, which is lust. Okay, and we're visual, so I mean, it's not our fault. Okay, it's the creator's fault. All right, so that's just all it is to it. You put this in me, damn it. I didn't ask for it. Okay. So don't. Hey, I can't be forsaken because I'm not the only one. That's the way I feel about it. All right. No doubt about it. We're gonna switch over. Did you watch any of Stranger Things on Netflix?
I watched season one, and by the end of season one, I had seen enough.
What do you mean you've seen enough? What's that mean?
I had seen enough. I didn't need to see anymore. I thought it was stupid.
Oh, okay, so you weren't interested in it. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, because when I seen Stranger Things, when I seen the title of the show, I was like, yeah, I'm not interested. I don't know why, but just like the title of it was like, yeah, I'm not interested. And of course, this has became one of those critically acclaimed shows and all that good stuff. Um, but of course, they had the season 5 finale, the eighth episode, and there was people who said they liked the episode, they liked the ending, but I don't think as many people liked the ending or accepted the ending because I don't know if you've seen it, but there was so many theories there was going to be a secret episode number 9.
Oh, the secret episode number 9, is that where the
Yeah, yeah,
demon
yeah, the
thing
conformity
tells
gate.
everybody that
Yeah,
he's gay
conformity
too?
gate.
I don't understand why they
Oh,
got to
man.
inject this shit into TV shows, man. Like, just
Oh, what was funny is they were like, they was like, yeah, and multiple creators was like, yeah, in episode 8, Vecna didn't say nothing about, damn it, man. Will came out and told the folks he was gay, and that fucked my plan up. I feel like I should have had some dialogue on that. They'd be like, "Oh, we still got Will, right?" It said, "Nah, Will told all his friends he was gay." Damn it, lost Will. I mean, we're looking dialogue here, okay? We're looking some dialogue, but it was the conformity gate, is what they called it. But I said it was a stage of grief. It was denial. Denial for people that the series is now over, and denial for people that they didn't get the answer to the questions that they wanted. And I actually blame writers, creators, studios for this because what's happening now is that they're leaving too many years in between seasons. And so people who are entangled in shows, especially a cult classic, something that's, you've got millions of people watching. You've got content creators that are making theories that are like mind blowing. They're interesting. And so you got 3 years of that. You get hyped up, and then like they release the show, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Because you heard all the theories, and the theories were better than the show. You said it yourself. You said, "Man, I could write a better show than this."
The first time I
If you
noticed
go,
this was probably during the writer's strike, right? That was the first time this really happened.
oh
When was the
yeah,
writer's strike? Was that like 10 years ago? I couldn't even tell you.
20. No, 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 no. Well, we had the what was it 22? I think it's 2022.
No,
I think
no,
that was
there
the
was one
last one.
before that. There was one before that
Was it?
too. There was one before that that caused like all shows to like not fucking all shows got cut like halfway through for like 2 fucking years.
Hold
Um,
on a second. Hold on a second. Let me get this up here. Okay, so 2023 was the last one. Writers Guild of America. That was May 2nd to September 27th of 2023. Before that, there was a major strike that happened from 2007 to 2008. So November 5th of 2007 to February 12th, 2008. That's the
right.
one you must be talking about.
I remember that. TV just came to an end. Like new episodes of shit that was caught up in this strike just was done. I remember I was what show was it like? Lost got caught up in that. Like all
Mhm.
kinds of shit got caught up in that. But that was really the first time I remember them taking multiple years between seasons. And then HBO kind of perfected when HBO got their grubs into fucking TV series. The TV series went from like 22 episodes down to like fucking 6. Who the fuck is it? What the fuck is 6 seasons? That's a mini series. Fuck right off. But it seems like HBO had a big influence over that. And then when the other networks started seeing them do that, then they kind of shortened their seasons too and then broke them up in all kinds of weird ways. Like,
Yeah, but hold on. HBO puts out way better TV shows than all these other studios. They really do.
well, I think you might be
As a
thinking
whole, as a whole, as a
as a
whole.
whole. Well, see, like I think you might be thinking of the couple of good shows that they have because like the vast majority of shows that they have are dog shit for like women, fat women who watch TV in the afternoon, right? That's what their shit is for. And they got some weird sex shows, and that's it. It's all shit for fucking liberal white women.
It's into fat white women. Midday TV shows for fat white women that stay home. Come on. He said that's definitely what it's for. Well, I mean, and that may be the case, okay? But I just know that my viewing experience whenever it's been an HBO show has been substantially better more often than not. Okay. When I hear HBO's coming out with a show, I'm like, okay, we might be cooking with something here. All right. And I think the issue is that there's too many shows now. Like I'll see something like it'll pop up on TikTok and I'll be like, oh man, that looks like an interesting movie. They'd be like, well, no, it's a show. I'm like, I don't want to watch a show. I want to watch a movie.
All right, so these are some. This is some HBO shit. Okay, this is
Hmm.
originals. They got something called Task. It's got some skulls. They got Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, Last Week with John Oliver, Real Time with Bill Maher, The Gilded Age. There you go, some of that white women shit again. Last of Us, The White Lotus, more white women shit. Silicon Valley is old. Euphoria has got that's got Sydney Sweeney's tits. You might be just right. You might be right for that one reason alone. And then True Detective, Night Country. And then what did they
True
just
Detective's
add?
good.
The Bold Type, It, Welcome to
Oh,
Derry, The Chair
it.
Company.
Welcome to Derry.
It's Florida Man. The Rocky
Oh,
Mountain
Boardwalk
Mortician
Empire.
Murder.
Boardwalk
Boardwalk
Empire.
Empire.
Excellent
Okay,
show.
all right. I'll give you Boardwalk Empire and Sydney Sweeney's tits lead that argument in your direction. So
Oh, they
I'll
said
go with
it.
that.
Welcome to Derry's is a great show too. They said it's absolutely insane. It's insane because it's one of the few shows where just massive amounts of kids get slaughtered.
Penguin. Penguin is great.
Penguin was fired. Yeah. Stancil 4362 put that up there. Yeah. So, I also said White Lotus has some fucked up stuff in it.
Well,
Is that the
my
lesbian
roommates
stuff?
were watching it, and I
Is
fucking
that
went
lesbian?
down. I don't. The part that I saw had the fucking Christopher from the Sopranos, uh, like in a room
Oh,
with
okay.
some hooker, but I only watched like 5 minutes of it. Um,
Oh, okay.
so it's about some hotel that's got different weird shit goes on. And it's different stories every season, kind of that kind of deal.
Ho- A hotel?
Uh huh.
That's what the White Lotus is.
Uh huh.
Oh, okay. Why was I thinking? Oh, that's Orange is Black. That's the lesbian shit, right? Where they in
Yeah.
prison.
Well, yeah. That's why they're in prison. If you're a lesbian, wouldn't you like going to prison?
Hmm, I guess. I don't know.
They probably just hit all the time in there. They bump donuts.
Yeah, but but my one man said he said he was a guard at a women's prison, and he's like, man, I just don't think you understand what you're getting into when you walk in there. He said, the minute I walked through the door, it hit me in the face like
I
a
saw
ton of
that
bricks.
video.
Smell like butt ass. That's what he said. It smelled like some butt ass. I said, oh, butt and ass. Damn. I mean, so it was stanky in there. That's what he tried to tell us. He said
That
it was
video was
super
funny as hell.
stanky. Yeah. Oh man. The what was the other one I was thinking about on HBO? Hey, Boardwalk Empire. Oh, the first season of Westworld was actually really good. But what's weird about HBO on Westworld, like I think I watched the first 2 seasons. Second season was good too. But then I think they made a 3rd and 4th season. I didn't watch those because at that time I didn't have HBO. But
They suck.
then
I didn't watch them.
they did they deleted the whole show from HBO.
Um, the whole show gone.
Yeah, you can't watch it up there.
What? Yo, are you good Saturday to do Charles Bronson?
Oh, what time are they doing it though? That's what
We're
I
not
need
sure.
to know, man.
We're still figuring that out.
Time matters, dude. Time
Um,
matters. Matters a lot.
how about this? How about you schedule whatever else you're doing around this whenever we find out what time it's going to be? It's probably going to be in the evening time, if that helps.
Okay. Yeah, it just depends. I just there's just some things I got to do. That's it. But it's all good. Yeah. You let me know when I can definitely work on that. Oh, True Blood. I love True Blood. I forgot about that. I did like True Blood. That was because I like vampire stuff. So I like True Blood. What else they had up there? I guess Mad Men. That was critically acclaimed. A lot of people like that. I never watched it though.
I watched a little bit of it. I think I watched a season or two of it, but a long time ago.
Oh, I
1960s
forgot
office shit.
the damn Sopranos. That's HBO.
Okay, so like it'll teach everybody that yes, you can get into some drama even without social media. So that's the moral of the past, pretty much.
What are the Sopranos?
No, Mad Men. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just office
Oh,
drama.
so
Like that's what the show is.
oh, they were saying Warrior was pretty good, but I haven't watched that either. I didn't realize that was on HBO.
What's Warrior?
The show Warrior. I think it's a fighting show. It's got Asians in it though, so they got Asian folk in there whooping ass. I might need to check that out. I don't know. It's something right here recently about series where I'm like, "Ugh." You know? Like I don't want to watch them. I don't know why. I mean, I'm just like, I'll sit there and I'm like, oh man, that looks interesting. And I'll scroll over to it and it'd be like 2 seasons. I'm like, never mind. Man, give me 2 hours of movie and I'll watch it. But damn, boo, now you want me to? And I could do it, but I just don't want to do it. That's just what I've run into, and I don't know why. Maybe because we watched a whole bunch of shows that just they were bad, and they was I
Oh
don't
man,
know, man. You
is
gotta
is it?
watch
Am
like
I?
10 hours of it.
Uh, the
It's
Jack
bad.
Reacher series. I watched the first season and the second season of Jack Reacher. This third season seems like it's off the rails because the second season started to go off the rails too because he just started killing everybody. Um, because his whole thing was he didn't want to kill people or whatever. He just fought back, whatever. But then he starts just murdering everybody, and then by the third season, he's just murdering everybody. So I didn't watch the
It's
third
like
season.
yeah, so it kinda it kinda changed completely. I remember you saying that. You were just like, "Hey, man." It's like, "Man, this dude had a moral code, and that shit went out the window second season." It said all of a sudden he just murdering everybody. It's like, "Hey, man, what happened to your moral code?" It's like, "Come on now. I'm trying to figure that thing out."
I like the movies
But I
though. The
mean,
movies were real good.
they had Jack Reacher movies. Is that
Yeah,
right?
there's two of them with Tom Cruise. They're good.
Oh, yeah, that is right. That is right. That is right. Jack Reacher in the on the TV series, is he a bigger guy? Is that
Yeah,
right?
huge,
He's that
big
big
dude.
dude, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was the same. Oh, are we talking about the same thing?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Jack Reacher show. Oh, it's just called Reacher. Okay.
I really
Man, you
like the
want to talk?
first season. The very first season of Reacher was good. It was real good. He goes in this small town and they like arrest him and shit, and he's like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And the story gets a little more complex, and then it turns out pretty good. And then he fucks the sheriff lady, which is always cool. And then yeah, it was
Oh,
good.
okay.
The second one, he went a
Okay.
little off the rails.
Okay.
Rings
Uh
of power,
oh.
rings of power. Oh man, you was on a roll there for a minute. Rings of power. We fucking we know all about the rings of power, don't we, Big Spew?
We know so much about it that we stopped watching it halfway through the second season. We did a mid-season review and stopped watching it.
It was so
I ain't
bad.
gonna I ain't
It was
gonna
so
lie to
bad. It
you.
was so bad.
I was like,
I ain't even
"Oh,
heard nothing
man."
else. Is it coming back? Is there another one? Is there
Yeah,
another season
I
of
guess
that?
there's gonna have to be. Well,
They
hell,
don't
I
have to
might
be.
need
They can
to
just pretend like it never happened. They do that shit all the time. They just pretend shit
Ret
don't exist.
retcon shit like they did with the Acolyte. They was like, "Yeah, the Acolyte is not canon." I said, "Well, no shit. That was so fucked up
Oh,
from the
oh,
beginning."
man, are we gonna see a return of She-Hulk in the motherfucking Avengers movie? Like,
No,
are you positive about
no.
this?
She-Hulk's dead.
You 100% sure?
Yes. Why? Did you see something about it?
I thought so.
Stop playing with me, Corey. I ain't about no bullshit. They can't put She-Hulk in Avengers Doomsday because then the movie wouldn't be serious, like at all. It's
All
called
right, so here we
Doomsday.
go. Here we go. This is what AI has to say. Take it with a grain of whatever you want. There's conflicting information regarding Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk appearing in Avengers Doomsday. Multiple sources, including industry insiders and entertainment news outlets, have reported that Maslany is set to reprise her role as Jennifer Walters in the film. These reports are supported by speculation that the post-credits scene in Thunderbolts could set up her return. Additionally, a tweet from Marvel focused account on X, formerly Twitter, stated that Maslany will reportedly return as She-Hulk. However, A more recent report from October 25, 20 claims that She-Hulk will not appear in the film, citing poor reception of her Disney Plus series, its high production costs, and miscellaneous public criticism of Disney. Oh, that's what it is. So,
Yeah, no. But the only reason why they would put She-Hulk in there is if they needed somebody to get fucked. Because that's the only thing I got from her series. That, like, if you gave her about 5 minutes of your time, you could get some punani. I mean, that's about the only thing I got from it. She put like 4 dudes in damn 6 episodes. I said, "Damn." I
well, she's
mean,
being a
I'm
role
like,
model and being what is women are empowered that way, right?
"Oh, is that what it is?"
I think that was the shtick for a little while, right?
Okay, Stan, so you getting off the rails. She-Hulk wasn't terrible.
It might have
Have
been
you
the
been
worst thing
drinking?
that was ever made ever in the history
Have you been drinking?
of
You must
media.
be drinking. We got somebody up here who's been drinking, guys. That's what I do know, okay? I mean, I'm just trying to figure this thing out, but I do not get it. She-Hulk was bad. Like, I previously had to drag Corey to watch that thing, and I had to drag myself near the end. But it had the folks talk about Stranger Things, that last episode not being quite what they wanted, being a letdown. Bro, the last episode of She-Hulk, I thought my TV fucked up because it went to the damn title screen. All of a sudden, I'm like my girlfriend was like, "What happened to the TV?" I said, "I don't know." And then she bust through and was like, "Oh, you thought you were gonna get the such and such type of ending, didn't you?" And she's over there walking through with the writers. So I'm like, "What am I watching?" It was bad.
um, you should play a clip of that. You should play a clip of that. It's so bad.
I don't even know if there's a clip of it up there. She-Hulk. Hold on. Finale breaks fourth wall. This is gonna get us a copyright strike, ain't it?
I don't think so. It's on YouTube for free.
Who is it? I don't know. This guy right here. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'll do it without if I do it without volume, I might be okay.
File free
So
in the
godly. Of course they got that up here. File free in the app. Oh yeah, file your taxes. Or
Don't
don't.
mention taxes. I don't want to. I don't want to hear about it. It gives me weird feelings of guilt. Oh, I'm sure you can play the volume.
These guys are intelligentsia. Todd created the site. He's hulking.
Yeah, I don't even want to do that. Okay, don't worry about this, okay? My man, he transformed.
Yeah, come at me, bro!
Bruce? None of these storylines make any sense.
That's what it did. This is not a game. That's what it did. It went to this, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, my TV fucked up.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? All right, let's see here.
Guys, what do we get if the entirety of the second...
Why don't we just...
I'm already done watching it. Look, that's bad enough, Bo. I mean, I look at She-Hulk as filler, just something to get you. I don't need nothing to get me by. It's, bro, that right there to get you by costs like $200 million.
And then she twerked with some fat
And then
bitch.
she shook her ass.
I don't
and got
like those
fucked by-
big asses
by
twerking.
Daredevil.
Okay, I don't like big asses twerking. I'm gonna admit it. I don't like that. I don't like big butts, and I cannot lie.
And Corey would say, "Don't file taxes so the Jews don't get your money." That's exactly right. Or I mean, and that's in theory, okay. So, I mean, you do you, okay. You do you. But I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe this year of TV would be better, Corey. You know, we are moving into a different era. You know, we're post disease that should not be named. We're in the era of truth right now. Maybe somewhat truth. Currently, with Trump in there. And I don't know if it's so much the truth or it's just he's just talking shit. So I mean, and so that's open the gates for other people to be able to talk shit because I ain't heard of nobody getting censored in a while now on anything. No, no. Have you heard anybody getting censored? Anything deleted, taken down? Not really.
No, the algorithm has, it's I'm only on X. I'm not anywhere else. But X
Right.
hasn't been censoring nothing. Like, there's all kinds of fucking Heil Hitler shit going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, so yeah. I mean, right now you can let it rip. I mean, they gave YouTube channels back to people. Like, it's been gone for 4 years, mainly mine, which is worthless to me now because it's like, what am I gonna do with that? I took it back, but I was like, I mean, it's worthless now. I mean, all the momentum I had going back in December of 2021 was stolen. So I ain't got shit now. But hey, I appreciate it, I guess, on the back end, middle finger to you as well. But there was one other thing, Corey. Kathleen Kennedy stepped down as a president of Lucasfilms.
Only like, I don't know, 10 years too fucking late.
Yeah, and they said Dave Filoni is going to take it over, so that ain't much better.
Star Wars is dead. Like, her job was to kill Star Wars. Is she Jewish? She has to be. I don't care if her name's Kennedy. Hang on, let me go. I gotta Google this shit because, like, I gotta Google this.
It says you definitely got to be Jewish, doesn't you? It said Kathleen Kennedy or a eulogy.
Well, it says she's not Jewish. She's of Irish American heritage, but oh, wait a minute.
She might be honorary.
She's honorary.
Yeah, she might be honorary.
Her family's connection to the civil rights movement and her personal affinity for Judaism have led to speculation, but these do not constitute proof of Jewish ancestry. Yes, it does, because this is how these crypto Jews operate. They're like spies, dude. They're like spies. They're basically like spies.
Oh man. Corey, we're gonna go ahead and jump over into the main topic. This is right down Corey's wheelhouse as a former police officer. If you didn't know, we had a recent shooting during a traffic stop by ICE, and the lady who got shot was Renee Nicole Good, which she was part of this Minneapolis ICE Watch Warrior group. Okay. These are activists who are actively trying to stop the deportations, light eye protesting and all that other stuff. And so they were recently in this traffic check, and she got shot during this particular incident and lost her life. So I'm gonna let Corey go ahead and shoot on this as far as whether this was clean or whether this should have been handled in a different type of manner. So yeah, Corey, go ahead and take off on this
one. Okay, so if you could do me a favor while I start talking, if you can find this case for me. There was a case just from like a year ago on shooting into vehicles and when cops can do it that went to the Supreme Court. If you could try to find that, I'd appreciate it. And I'll start with this stuff. So here's the problem with this case. I'm going to I'll start at the very beginning. So police have this thing. It's called the use of force matrix. And the use of force matrix, I got a picture of it right here. God damn it, your search engine sucks. I got to use Google for this. So the use of force matrix is a chart, and it shows exactly how much force you're allowed to use under what circumstance. And this instance of shooting into vehicles is something I've studied. I've been involved in a situation like this. I studied this situation probably 3 or 4 years ago, the last time it popped up in the news. And so when this happened to yesterday or today or whenever the fuck it was, this one was like a no-brainer for me. I understand the situation perfectly. Let me bring up this use of force model. Where is it at? Here we go. Let me share screen on this. All right. So this is the use of force matrix. It's a model based upon an officer's perceived level of threat and what they're allowed to do about it. Okay. So I don't agree with some of the terminology they use here. Like professional, it should be presence. Like you're just being on scene is a level of force, and everyone's cooperative, right? So everything's cool. The next level up is, I don't like this word tactical. This is resistant or passive resistant. So passive resistant is like you got a guy sitting in the front seat of a car and you're like, I need you to get out of the car. And they're like, no, I'm not going to get out of the car. That's passive resistance. They're not actively resisting you, but they're not complying with your orders. Okay. Then you get active resistance. Active resistance is I go to put handcuffs on you and you pull away and you break my grasp, right? And so that in particular is something I've written like verbatim in 50 different use of force reports. When I went to take the subject into custody, I grabbed him by the right wrist and the right elbow, at which time the subject braced, tensed, and attempted to break my grasp, right? Or he braced and tensed and pulled away from me in an attempt to break my grasp. I've written that fucking phrase. I couldn't tell you how many goddamn times. Okay. And that we'll get into also that I call creative articulation. Kind of like when they say the subject approached me in a hostile manner. What the fuck does a hostile manner mean? What the fuck does that mean? It don't mean shit, right? I was taught a fucking whole slew of ways to write police reports that make you seem like the good guy all the time, right? And creative articulation is what I dub that. And I use it all the time in a police report, right? I could literally go up to somebody sleeping on a fucking bench and pull them off the bench, jack them up, and take them to jail. And I could write a police report that would perfectly articulate that when I approached the subject, the subject was suspicious. They were wearing clothing that hid their movements. They made furtive movements. When I grabbed them, he braced tense and attempted to break my grasp, at which time I felt that violence was imminent. And therefore, I attempted to take the subject into custody to alleviate said violence, at which time further resistance ensued, at which time I delivered an elbow strike to the subject's side of the subject's head and was able to take the subject into custody with no further incident. Boom, a guy sitting on a bench, right? And that's how the police report would read, and everyone would fucking go along with it because that's just how the system works. Okay. So that's resistive, active resistance when they're bracing and tensing and pulling away from you. Even if they're not a threat to you, you at this active resistance point, you're greenlit to light this guy up. Okay. Active resistance is the threshold for you can fuck this dude up on the spot. Okay. Once you get to like assaultive, which is like they're actively physically fighting you, at that point you're allowed to go to secondary weapons. So the pattern here is whatever they're doing to you, you're allowed to escalate one level as per this chart. Okay. And when we're taught, this is beat into our heads in training. Like this is fucking like months of training. And you get it in the classroom, you get it in defensive tactics, you get it on the range. This is interwoven into every fucking aspect of police training. At least for me, it was. But I went to a police academy that's like really good, really well financed, and the agencies I worked for were really, really good on training. They weren't a bunch of hillbillies. So this stuff was everywhere, and there's no excuse. Like nobody ever heard about this shit. This should be the first thing that everyone looks to when they want to decide whether a use of force is justified or not. Okay. So you have assault of bodily harm, and then you're to use like secondary weapons, batons, tasers, stuff like that, pepper spray. And then when you get to lethal, where you feel that your life, you have the fear of serious bodily harm or death for yourself or for others. At that point, you're allowed to use lethal force. And that's the situation that we're in with this vehicle shooting. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're not at any of these things at all. Well, there's an argument to be made that the resistance level was only here at active resistance, because if she was turning the wheel and trying to drive away from them to escape, that's active resistance.
Okay.
And active resistance does not allow for lethal force. You see what I'm saying? Every single person assigned to this case who's going to investigate this use of force is going to refer to this goddamn chart. 100% of them. There will be a discussion behind the scenes on whether she was trying to hurt them or whether she was trying to escape, and what the officer's reasonable perception of the situation should have been. Okay? That is the reality behind the investigation. They're going to have to look at all of these factors. They're going to look at all these factors. Now, let me pause the conversation here and go back to how the real world works. There's a lot of politics involved that go into determining how an agency would handle a shooting like this. Let me just say right off the bat, my fucking perception of this, which is what the police should find but are not going to find, they should find that he was in a position to where he could move out of the way, period. That is a fact. The film shows that clearly. He was not dead on. And also he put himself in the line of fire if her vehicle is the weapon. He stepped in front of the vehicle. Okay? The recent court case, there was a recent court case within the past year. I don't know if you found the stuff on it. If I heard the name, I would know
It might be Barnes versus Felix.
That's it.
That sound
Barnes
like
versus
it?
Felix. That's it. Barnes versus Felix. Okay, now I got to back up a little, and we're going to talk about Tennessee versus Garner. So if Tennessee versus Garner was from 85, Tennessee versus Garner.
Well, hold on. No, that one had that. You talking about Graham versus Connor?
No, the Felix one. That's the one I need. The Felix one is the correct one. Yeah.
When I typed in shooting in the vehicle Supreme Court case, the one that came up before that one was Graham versus Connor, 1989.
No, there's three or four of them. We don't have. Yeah, there's 3 or 4 of them. But
Okay.
the two that matter are Tennessee versus Garner and the Felix one that you pulled up.
And
that
the
Felix
Barnes
one is
thing.
recent.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay, so the original ruling on use of force in situations like this came from Tennessee versus Garner, and it says that the primary holding was under the 4th Amendment of the Constitution. A police officer may use deadly force to prevent the escape of a fleeing suspect only if the officer has a good faith belief that the suspect poses a significant threat of death or serious physical injury to the officer or others. Now, this will come up. Everybody's going to review this case because the argument that she was fleeing and not trying to run him over is going to come into play. And so when a lawsuit comes into play, which will happen, they're going to use Tennessee versus Garner, and they're going to say she was fleeing, and thus, as we went over on the use of force matrix, he didn't have the right to shoot. End of story. So now what the police are going to have to decide was she fleeing or was she trying to run him over? The fact he jumped in front of the vehicle is going to nullify any she was trying to run him over argument. And that's what the most recent case of Felix determined. So for a long time, it was held that you could shoot somebody in a car if the car was the weapon. However, we go through these cycles of political unrest, and we went through one of these years ago, and then the police took a more conservative stance on it. And I researched this 3 or 4 years ago when a case like this had popped up, and I went to the website of the National Sheriff's Association, and that's a sheriff's association that sets policy that they encourage sheriff's departments around the country to use, right? It's like it's supposed to be a governing body for sheriffs. And so what their position on the matter was that if the vehicle is the only weapon and there's no other weapon involved, that you're not allowed to shoot at it. That was their position 3 or 4 years ago. I just went back to the website yesterday or today and looked for that, and all that's been scrubbed. And now the only information on the site about that, and even when you put it in Grok or AI, it comes up that there is debate over the issue. When I'm telling you with certainty, 3 or 4 years ago, there was no debate over the issue. The Sheriff's Association said you don't shoot at vehicles where the vehicle is the only weapon. So this recent case on Felix expanded. So for many years, it was kind of accepted that you could kind of shoot a car. Then the political upheaval kind of came and that went away. But then it kind of came back because cops never follow the rules. And that's the biggest problem with all this. Cops don't follow the rules. And so the most recent case of Felix, what happened was, so the cops pulled this guy over because he's running the toll. He's not paying the toll, right? And so he's just running the toll booth. So they end up pulling him over. He ends up having a suspended license and a whole bunch of other stuff. The cop tells him he needs his license and all that stuff. The guy starts to book it. He starts to drive away. Okay. So what does the cop do? The cop jumps onto the side of the fucking car. And as the car is zooming down the fucking road, he's like, now I'm in fear for my life. And so he shoots the guy and kills him. The Supreme Court of the United States said that it was not a good shoot. The cop created the situation that led to him having to shoot. And therefore, all cases like this, the totality of circumstances has to be reviewed to see, because before it was very limited. The scope was extremely limited. If he was on the side of the car before and there was a threat to his life, he could shoot to eliminate that threat and stop the car. That is not the case anymore, because the Supreme Court found he created the situation by stepping on the car in the first place. This 100% applies to this shooting. When you watch the video, he intentionally put himself in front of the vehicle as the tires were turning to the right. He created a situation that he then found himself in fear for his life, and so he shot. Now, that's the reality.
Hold on, before you go further, I think I have a video. I think I have the video, potentially. So if people haven't seen it, I'm going to play it. This is on YouTube.
There's a big caveat, though, that we'll get to after we watch this video.
Okay, all right. So here's what they got on Fox 9. So we'll let this play out. Here we go.
You can see the vehicle there. That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish, reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Yeah, three agents involved. One was kind of closer to the front of the vehicle. The other kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle.
Yeah.
There
so again, there's no audio here. We don't know what's being said. We don't know really anything else about this woman, other than we know that she was not the target of the initial investigation. That was confirmed by the police chief. But there are some other angles of this as well that are being looked at. So that's kind of one pass of the video. And again, right. Okay.
Stop it. Pause it right here.
Oh, sorry. So there is some audio.
Hold on. Back it up. Show that crash scene.
Okay. Just the crash right there.
Yeah. Show that. Okay. So
hold on.
Okay. Here's another thing. The idea of shooting a moving fucking vehicle is so stupid that you go from having a person who's trying to flee from you, or if they are trying to hit you and you really couldn't jump the fuck out of the way. The reality is, if you shoot that fucking driver, you just created a 2,000-pound fucking missile that is going to go off with nobody controlling the fucking thing. What if there was kids on the street? What if there was somebody sitting in that fucking car that just got smashed? Do you understand the liability you open yourself up to when you fucking take out a driver and let his car just go fucking roaming down the street till it hits something? Give me a fucking break. This is a bad shoot all fucking day long. And I could give you 100 reasons. Now, let me tell you what the caveat is. The fucking caveat is that so I can tell you this with certainty because I've seen it. A lot of factors would go into determining the outcome of this investigation by the internal affairs and all that stuff. Number one, do they like you at your agency? Because I'll tell you right now, if they don't like you at your agency, if you're just one of the guys who they would rather get rid of and they don't have anything because of due process, they're going to use this as a reason to get rid of you. End of story. If you're on the shit list already, you're done. You're gone. That's just how it's going to be. This is a bad shoot because number one, the guy in front of the car could have stepped out of the way very easily. He put himself in that position. Never should have done that. In a fair and just investigation, he would be found that this is a violation of the use of force matrix and that he violated policy, and it should probably lead to his termination. There would probably never be a conviction in any kind of court of law, right? But a fair investigation, he'd be fired for sure. Now, here's the problem. Even if they don't like you, even if they want to fire you for no matter what, the split second a situation like this hits the news, it ain't about you anymore. It's about defending the system. Your act would have to be not borderline. It would have to be so egregious. It would have to be the most egregious thing in the fucking world, right? Like she's driving away and he just shoots her from the side through the side window. That would be egregious. Otherwise, they're not defending you anymore. They're defending the system. That's the reality.
Let's look at this right here, Corey. Okay, so from the video, from what I'm understanding, there was a cop that was pulling on the door right here. Okay, and then there's one. If we see it right here, let me go back a little bit.
Is anybody waving her away?
So the cop comes up right here. So the cop comes up right here. That's on the side, and then there's another cop that's right there in the front. Okay, and so
what does he do?
When she starts this, the minute she starts to take off, like the very second she starts to take off he pulls the gun.
Right.
Like him right here, the one right here.
Right.
The minute she starts to take off straight.
Right. Now, are you going to tell me?
So another police officer. And then that's when he releases the shot. We see the smoke right there.
Right. So I understand why the apologists are all going to fucking say he did nothing wrong, but he did. And so those apologists are not defending him. They're defending the system. And so that's why he's not going to have any repercussions. They're going to paint this as a good shoot all day long. But like I just explained, when you go through Tennessee versus Garner, you understand the difference between shooting a fleeing felon, which is what they're going to say he did, and violated the use of force matrix. And I think there's going to be a massive civil settlement here. And the newer case with Felix basically says you can't put yourself in harm's way and then shoot the person because you put yourself in harm's way, which is what he did. Instead of pulling that gun, he could have stepped out of the way and then nobody's in danger anymore. But he didn't do that. And that's the key aspect they're going to have to analyze when they do this thorough investigation. And okay, let's just say a car is coming right at you and you shoot them dead. Does that stop the car from coming at you? No, it does not. So if you have time to shoot the person and step out of the way, you had time to step the fuck out of the way. There you go. That's the whole thing. But that's not what's going to happen. The guy's probably going to get some congressional medal from the White House, and they're going to come up with some big propaganda story because they have to for PR purposes. That's the reality here. But if anyone says that's a good shoot, hasn't looked at Felix, they don't understand Tennessee versus Garner. They don't understand the defense that's going to be put up here. They understand none of this fucking shit. So there you go.
There's something I'm not grasping here. And maybe I'm trying to figure out how this started. Like what are they doing? Let's see. How did the Minneapolis shooting start? I mean, like I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out what was going on in the area itself. I know they said that she was part of anti-ICE protest,
Well, she was blocking traffic,
and she
and then when they tried to
she
grab
was.
her, she tried to take off.
It's okay. So that's what. So she was blocking traffic. Okay. Um. Let's see. Okay. So let me bring this back up because
What's that
this is
Felix
their
case
state.
called?
I got
What's
their
the Felix
statement.
case called again?
Oh, I ain't mean to do that. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me. Oh, Barnes versus Felix. That was from
Barnes
May
versus
15th of
Felix.
2025. Yeah. Yeah. Let me bring this back up because they've got their statement up here on the actual shooting itself. Okay. So this is the statement on the shooting. It said today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them. An act of domestic terrorism. There it is, Corey. So that's no holds barred now.
This is
An
propaganda.
ICE officer, yeah, but propaganda works. An ICE officer fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers. That's the statement. That's the statement, Corey.
Yeah, because they have to. They have no choice. They have to do that because here's the deal. Let's just say that he did make. Let's just say he fucked up and shot somebody. It's going to reflect poorly on ICE, and then their whole fucking scooping up the immigrants thing is going to get fucking tanked. And so they have no choice. This is the only political move to make.
So here's okay. So here's another thing I'm not gathering. Okay, why the fuck am I taking? Why did she take off?
Well, there's some conflicting information. I've heard that she was given conflicting orders, which is very common. Like, dude, trust me, I understand the conflicting orders. You're like, so you're there with. So here's the deal with the conflicting orders. Like, I've been at plenty of calls where I'm like, show me your hands, and the guy I'm with is like, get on the ground. You know what I mean? And they're like, what the fuck you want me to do? Show me your hands and get on the ground. You know, I can't pull over any further. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Super troopers.
Right. So, but that's a real thing, dude. I've been there and been embarrassed. I've been arresting people and kicking their ass and been embarrassed because you got 3 people barking 3 different orders at them. And it's like, fuck people. That's why you always, no matter what you're doing, you have a lead and you have backup. You only ever have one lead, and he's supposed to be the one to give orders. You're not supposed to have conflicting orders. But it's easy when you're caught up in the heat of the moment to be barking out shit. So, what else was there?
Yeah. So do you believe this was a case where she was having conflicting orders? I seen that the one guy came up to the door and pulled on the door handle itself.
Right, and I think when that happened, she's like, "Oh fuck, I'm getting out of here," and tried to flee. That's when he steps in front of the vehicle and pulls the gun. If he didn't even move, he never would have been in the line of fire at all. Consider her path of her vehicle the line of fire. Like, there's no excuse for any one of them to not have just moved. They could have. Here's the deal. You can't fucking run from Motorola. That's something we used to say. You don't have to get involved in something. Don't go chasing some fucking car if you got the license plate. You can't beat Motorola, and you can't beat NCIC, which is the National Crime Information Database, basically. You got a license plate, guess what you got? You got a home address. You got a home address, guess what you got? You got a suspect's address. And guess what? If they don't live there, the person who lives there knows where they fucking live. This is called investigations, right? And so if you can I was taught very early on that if you can avoid a hostile situation and pick the person up later, that's what you fucking do. End of story. There was zero reason to shoot her. I mean, how the fuck you shoot the driver of a car? What the fuck the car going to do? It's going to go crash into some motherfuckers. Just like it destroyed somebody's car. It destroyed a telephone pole. How much fucking property damage did you just fucking cause for no fucking reason? They could have pulled her over down the street. They could have called her license plate and had people waiting at her fucking house. This all comes back to Tennessee v. Garner.
I'm picking what you're putting down.
This
I'm
all
picking
comes
up what
back to
you're putting
Tennessee
down
v.
there.
Garner, where you can't shoot at this point, she's a fleeing felon. At this point, she's a fleeing felon. They could
Yeah,
argue the felony aspect, even though it's really kind of misdemeanor-ish only. They could argue a
Right.
felony out of it, and therefore
With it
Tennessee v.
being
Garner.
ICE, with it being ICE
Right.
and the federal agents, things of that nature.
Right, exactly. So this is Tennessee v. Garner all day. This is governed by Garner and Felix, and that's it. Those are the only fucking cases that people need to look at to know that this is a bad shoot. Now, is it going to be reported that way? No fucking way.
No, we've seen the statement. We just seen the statement.
Yeah.
So the statement says it's a good shoot. That's what the statement says, and that's what they're going with.
One of the things they're going to look at was, could he avoided the situation? Was it
Uh-huh.
necessary to shoot the driver to alleviate the perceived threat? And the answer is just no, across the board.
Okay, here's what I will say. All right, whether it was a good shoot or not, that will be determined later in the court of law, and the likelihood of it not being a good shoot in the court of law with these particular ICE agents are going to be low. Okay,
low
from what I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, damn it, woman. Don't fucking take off. Shit, man. I mean, it's like, don't
it
take
sucks,
off.
but once the cops get there and they can get you by your license plate, your gig is up. You just do what they say.
Don't take off. What are you doing? Like I understand. Well, somebody shouldn't do that. I got you. People make split-second decisions, whether they're right or wrong. Doesn't matter. You're dead, and you could not be dead right now.
Right. Yeah.
All you were doing was blocking the road. They're gonna pull you out, they arrest you, might take you to the prison for a couple seconds, then release you. That's gonna be it. Now you're dead. Now your 6-year-old kid doesn't have a mom. All because you wanted to take off. It's like, damn, people. It's kind of like, what was it? The other year when we looked at this one too, because your background, you got a lot of knowledge on it. With Tyreek Hill, when the cops came up to him, and they were like, "Hey, license registration," and they're like, "I ain't giving you shit. Well, step out the car, sir." And then he rolls the window back up. I'm like, "Oh my god, man, bro, why? Like you're opening the door to get fucked up. That's what you're opening the door to do. Close that door, people. When you close the door." All this shit that you got going through your mind, I know that we watch TV shows, we see, bro. When they put a bullet out here in your ass in real life, bro, you're dead, man. I mean, and it happens quick. You fumbling around, you reaching for shit, you rolling the window back up, you taking off, man, folks are gonna shoot your ass. And yeah, they might go to jail, they might get pension taken, they might get fired, but you dead, nigga. That's it. You dead. So with all they lost, you lost your whole life. Just because you want to take off. Oh shit, I need to get out of here. But you done. The 5-0's right there on you. Just 3-4 officers right there. Now, you bold and brave enough to blockade some shit. Why ain't you brave enough to get put in handcuffs and taken to prison? I'm just trying to figure out where your resolve's at. Because your resolve is now that you're dead. Now you're dead. There it is. So, there's lessons that can be learned. As you talked about the use of force, when you should use lethal force, things of that nature. But damn it, there's lessons to be learned on the other side too. Man, when you caught, you caught. That's just it. Don't give anybody any reason to pull that weapon on you.
Because they'll lie and they'll come up with reasons why they killed you.
Yeah.
And 90% of them. I don't know if I said this already, but like this kind of shit goes on, and like the public doesn't know about it. Like motherfuckers get their ass handed to them. Trust me. I was at 2 agencies where motherfuckers were in trouble 24/7, like all the time. Like, especially at the sheriff's office. The sheriff at any given time had like fucking 200 IAs. open, and it was only like 900 of us. You know what I fucking mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Yeah.
they were busy all the fucking time looking to jam people up, and people got fucking jammed up on our regular. We would get in our fucking monthly reports who got in trouble for what and what their punishment was, dude. And the pages would go on and on and on and on and on forever, dude. They look to fuck you inside. But the split second it
Mhm.
hits the news, that's a different story. The split second it hits the news,
Right.
it ain't about you no more. It's about the system. And they have to defend you no matter what the fuck you did. Unless it's so egregious they can't. But they will look for every
Right,
reason to
right.
defend you because they're not defending you anymore. It's about defending the brotherhood and all
The
that shit, which
overall
is total
system. Yeah. Mhm.
total fucking crock of bullshit, dude. The whole blue wall shit is what they give to the appearance to the public. It ain't the reality on the inside. On the inside is dog eat dog. I'm not fucking around. They're looking to get you on the inside. But then you got
Right, because
but then
people
there's
people are trying to move up, get promotions, things of that
yeah,
nature. So they're trying to step over people.
especially, but you can get what's called golden boy status, which is
Mhm.
you can do no wrong, right? There have been guys who, once you get golden boy status, you're fast tracked for everything, and it ain't even necessarily because you're good at your job. It ain't.
Mhm.
One thing that really pissed me off was I was seeing people getting picked for like special assignments and stuff like that because they were fucking on the fantasy football league and the softball team. Those were the two things at my first agency that if you did those things, that was like the fucking fast track. People who got into those, people who got into the social circles with the higher ups,
Yeah, into the
they're the
clicks, into
ones,
the clicks. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It didn't, dude. I seen guys whose work, I seen guys who everyone respected. They knew if this guy was coming to the scene, shit was getting fucking handled, and everyone was going to jail. And these guys who were like the real deal, legit, knew what the fuck they were doing. They got skipped over for promotions forever and ever. So the whole system is fucked. And then they promote the most incompetent guys. Like there was this one guy who went to the academy like a year before me, and he got hired, and he sucked at his job. He was horrible. He was small, he was skinny. He could you would kick dude, a girl could kick his ass. And like he would every time I was on a call with him, he was asking me how to do shit. I leave the
Mhm.
agency, and within like 5 years, that dude's a lieutenant.
Mm.
I'm like,
Okay.
what? That's what they do. They promote these fucking administratively strong on paper guys who that the city council will get behind for promotion stuff because the city council had to be in on all that stuff. So it was fucked up, man. The whole system's fucked up. And I knew it was fucked up, and I started to kind of become self-destructive in the line in the police world, self-destructive in my personal life.
Mhm.
I'd say within like 3 or 4 years. And I thought I just needed to switch agencies, but switching agencies didn't help me at all. It didn't fix nothing. And I was still fucking miserable. And so it wasn't worth it at all. It's not worth it for anybody. Well, I'll tell you this much, like I wouldn't be doing the Kennedy research I do now if it wasn't for all my investigative training back in the day, So there was some good came out of it.
Well, there we go. There we go. And he's no longer the 50. Ain't been the 50 in a long time. What is it, 10 plus years now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's been a hot minute. So, hey guys, hey, we appreciate everybody for being with us on this episode of Beyond the Cube. Let us know your thoughts on the Minneapolis shooting and some of the other stuff we talked about as well. I think Corey, don't you have a special coming up right here shortly with Ryan Dawson? Isn't that what you said? What we're gonna
Oh,
do on
we're gonna
this?
do a spaces on this topic here in the next couple days, but
Okay.
nothing major.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we'll be on the lookout for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we're supporting all our fellow content creators. Of course, bloodyhistory.substack.com for all your history. World War II. We've also got a Warning from History JFK book. We've got Lee Harvey Oswald in Black and White. Volume 2 is right around the corner. All
Well,
right, so
maybe
be on the
not.
lookout for
Maybe
that.
not. I started to
Oh,
pick
maybe not.
through my
Oh, okay.
yeah, because I
Okay.
started to just pick through my A Warning from History because I'm doing the second edition of 2 volumes. I was going to do that
Right, right.
afterwards, but I've been getting the urge to just start sorting that stuff, and so I've started sorting that stuff, and so I'm either going to do that first or I'm working on all the books at once, which sucks. So I might have all 3 of them being
Oh,
worked on at
okay.
one time. So,
Okay.
but this year
So,
there'll be 3 books out. This year, 3 books. So
3 guys, 3 books. So just mark your calendar whenever he tells you the ship's gonna come out. Mark your calendar for that date. We're gonna try to do a Death Wish live watching Saturday. The time to be determined. Okay, TBD. So we're gonna try to do that. That's gonna be on Drew's channel.
yeah, Drew
So we'll try to
Tregley's
get that stuff
channel.
out. Yeah, so we'll try to get that stuff out there to the people. And we're talking about old school Death Wish, Charles Bronson. Not the newest one, which was Bruce Willis.
You know, I started
Newest,
watching it and I
and that's
fell
the only one
asleep
he
like
did.
halfway. I got to get back to it.
Yeah, so yeah, this is old school Charles Bronson. So we're gonna try to get coordinated on that and see if we can't bring some of that to y'all. So we appreciate everybody for being with us. Make sure you're here with us on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time for day 0. Make sure you go to my website, check out everything I do, xq420.com. Appreciate everybody for being here. We'll catch y'all on the next Beyond the Cube. Peace out.